Welcome, F1 fanatics, to the DRS zone. Get ready, because today we are diving headfirst into, I think, the most critical debate in the entire paddock right now.
It's a huge one. We're talking about the value of a legend versus the rise of, well, a razor-sharp rookie.
And we are unpacking some really unfiltered commentary from a guy who knows what he's talking about, former driver Ralf Schumacher.
And his analysis is, to be blunt, pretty unforgiving. He gets right into the nuts and bolts of Lewis Hamilton's performance and, his whole future at Ferrari.
That's the core of it, right? Ralph has basically come out and said it. If it were up to him, he would take the young talent, Oliver Bearman, over the 7-time world champion for that Ferrari seat.
Which is, that's just an unprecedented thing to say. It's a direct challenge to this idea of Hamilton's invincibility, especially when you think about the money Ferrari is paying him.
Okay, let's get into it. Let's start with a really cold, hard look at Lewis's 2025 season. Because when that signing was announced, it felt like a sure thing.
Oh, absolutely. The hype was off the charts, and we thought flashes, didn't we? That mini pole and the sprint win in China. For a moment there, it all looked like genius.
It did. But here we are, deep into the season.
And that's the thing. We're deep in, only 3 races left in 2025, and the reality, the core statistic is just stark. Lewis Hamilton has not scored a single podium finish.
Not one.
That spectacular lack of results is, frankly, it's poisoning the narrative before he even sits in that red car next year.
Yeah, the timing is so critical here. And the pressure, you can see it. Even Hamilton himself hasn't really tried to hide how tough it is.
No, he's been very open about it. He used this phrase that he's living between 2 extremes. On one hand, you have the dream of driving for Ferrari.
The dream, right.
And on the other, you have the nightmare of the results they're actually getting on track right now. He did say, the ups and downs are a challenge, but he was also quick to say he has a pretty long contract.
So he's committed. He's trying to shut down the rumors, saying he's there until at least the end of 2027.
The commitment seems to be there, yeah. But the performance on track, it just isn't meeting that incredible legacy he's built.
Which brings us right back to Ralf Schumacher's critique. Because he's not questioning the history books, is he? He's questioning the here and now, the speed.
Exactly. He's being very analytical. He says he expects more from a pilot of such high caliber. And his theory, it's all about driver capacity.
Okay, what does he mean by that?
He claims that Hamilton needs, and I'm quoting here, too much energy just to wrestle a fast lap out of the car.
Hold on, though.
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton, he's famous for being maybe the most adaptable driver we've seen in decades. Is that critique really fair, or is it just an easy shot to take?
That's the big question. But Schumacher's looking at the technical side of it. He's saying if a car demands that much energy, that much mental focus, then the driver's cognitive load is just maxed out.
So if all your brain power is going into just keeping the car on the limit,
you've got no capacity to left and right. That's his phrase. There's no bandwidth left for the other stuff.
The other stuff being, complex race strategy, ERS management, looking after the tires, all the things that actually win you races in modern F1.
Precisely. Your bandwidth is gone. And that's why he gives him such a clear rating. He says Hamilton commits many errors and his speed is good, nothing more.
Good, nothing more. Wow. For a 7-time champion. That is a heavy, heavy criticism.
It's brutal. And then he goes a step further and questions why. He asks, is this only about the car or is everything going too fast for him? The implication being that maybe, just maybe, the pace of F1 is becoming a struggle.
Which shifts the blame from the machine to the man.
Okay, if you're watching this on YouTube, welcome to DRS Zone. And hey, don't forget to subscribe for more F1 content, because now we have to talk about the part of this that makes it a real boardroom problem. We have to talk about the money.
This is where it gets really serious. This is the pivot. Schumacher's argument moves from just speed to, pure business logic.
And he brings up Oliver Bearman as the alternative, the direct, budget-friendly alternative. He points out that Bearman is, quote, doing wonders with Haas right now.
And then comes the financial hammer blow.
Yep. The number being thrown around for Lewis is huge. More than $60 million a year.
$60 million.
And Bearman, a tiny fraction of that.
So $60 million a year for performance that's being described as good, nothing more. That has to be the most expensive, nothing more in the history of the sport, especially with the cost cap.
You've hit it right on the head. This is the brutal economic reality of F1 today. A $60 million salary for a driver who isn't delivering podiums is a strategic liability. It's money you can't spend on the car.
You really have to put yourself in the shoes of John Elkann, the Ferrari chairman. He was the one who pushed for this signing.
And Ralf speculates that if Hamilton is still his word was stuck, after a year at Ferrari, Elkann might just look at the numbers and decide he cannot afford this situation.
It's a massive financial hole.
It's a huge one. And for Schumacher, the choice is simple. If he were team principal, he said he'd prefer to move on and sign a young talent like BEARMAN. It's logical. It's about performance and it's about money. In the cost cap era, you can't ignore it.
And this whole thing, this whole debate, it really feels like something we've seen before at Maranello. It's that classic Ferrari cycle.
It is. It gives it some important historical context. Jacques Villeneuve made a great point about this, that this kind of internal, high-profile challenge, it's almost normal at Ferrari.
He's saying that even the biggest legends eventually hit this wall when they wear red.
That's exactly his point. Villeneuve brought up Prost, Mansell, Alonso. He said the same thing happened to all of them. It's always the same at Ferrari. The media pressure, the internal politics, it just creates this environment where drivers get publicly dismantled no matter who they are.
So let's just sum up Ralf Schumacher's argument here. You've got a 7-time champion who can't get on the podium. He's got this enormous cost cap busting salary. And you have a respected F1 voice openly saying he'd rather take a punt on a rookie for a fraction of the cost.
It's the performance, it's the price tag, and it's the strategic pressure it puts on the entire team right up to the chairman. And that really leaves us and you with a final provocative thought to chew on.
Go on.
If Hamilton really is having a nightmare, and if his speed truly is just good, nothing more, how long should any team, even a team like Ferrari that's built on legacy, prioritize that loyalty over the cold, hard logic of finance and performance that a guy like BEARMAN represents?
That's a billion-dollar question, isn't it? What a breakdown. If you enjoyed this analysis, make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow the DRS zone for all the high-octane commentary you need. We'll catch you next time.